My family are very aware of this personal challenge, so everybody in the family is okay to say, okay, this year it's the aircraft year.
The plane is lifted on huge jacks, and teams of technicians begin work. The plan is for the aircraft to be revealed to the world in a grand ceremony, just 196 days from now. Attending will be heads of state and government, 5,000 guests, and the world's media, with the pictures beamed by satellite all over the world. But just now, this 55-year-old man has a rather special interest in the new machine. Jacques Rosé will be the first person in the world to fly the plane. Seeing it for the first time, his reaction is not exactly what you'd expect.
Generally speaking, no, it's an aircraft. Larger than the one we have already, but I think I feel very, very confident.
He's confident because although the plane is still far from finished, he and his team have already spent thousands of hours flying it. Here, in these state-of-the-art simulators, lies the heart and soul of the new plane, already living, already being tested. Like most modern airliners, the A380 has a fly-by-wire system, where the crew, in reality, are controlling a computer, which then controls the plane.
You don't realize that you fly such a big aircraft. You fly it like you fly a little aircraft. It's incredible. It's very, very easy to fly, like a bicycle. It's a kind of large bicycle, if you like. 3, 2.
The technology means they can make it handle in almost any way they choose.
You could make an airplane that when you turn right goes left, or when you turn left goes right, for example. You can do anything.
Fernando Alonso will also be on the first flight. Like all Airbus pilots, his first priority is safety, especially if one of the complex systems were to fail.
Designing an airplane to work when everything works is relatively easy. It's building the airplane or designing the airplane to work correctly with failures. It's a little bit more difficult.
Today, they're pushing this system to the limit. They're testing a scenario so perilous that it's only likely to occur once in over 1,000 years of flying. Will the plane remain controllable if the wings were covered in ice, 2 of the engines had failed, and half of the flight computers had gone offline?
Now.
5 beta, 7, 8. Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
This kind of sophistication comes at a price. The engineering that makes the plane so safe is also extremely complex. And when battling against a deadline, complexity eats valuable time. The schedule is slipping. Work continues at a feverish pace as thousands of components, big and small, are fitted.
We can't relax. We can't relax. We have no right, we have no time to relax. So every hour, every minute we are there on the workshop, our main job is to receive pressure and to transmit pressure. And it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
5 and 6 could be 1 out. How about 7?
The main problem is that the major parts were not fully finished when they were delivered back in May. The wings, tail and fuselage all need more work. They must be finished before the laborious process of testing the state-of-the-art systems can be achieved. By October 2004, the sophisticated flight deck is nearing completion. This process involves powering up the aircraft's electrical system for the first time.
Hello, Sylvie?
Sylvie? Hi, that's it. We've got number 2. Sebastian, switch the breaker back there, okay? Yep, okay, good.
It's very exciting, first of all. and quite stressing because of the challenge that this represents in terms of safety, because the tests we are making now, performing now, are the tests of the real aircraft, and we have to ensure that the aircraft is good.
For Ellen Ponce, the size and sheer complexity of the task means every day she has a mountain to climb.
Every single wire is tested after assembly to verify that all the connections are correctly installed, connected to the right extremities, and that we can perform the function of the aircraft without any problem.
By now, there are 3 A380s under construction in the vast equipping hall. Around £500 million worth of aircraft under one enormous roof. By 2008, when production is running at full speed, a brand new plane will leave this hall every week. This is a big bucks business, and Chief Commercial Officer John Leahy is determined that the project stays on schedule.
Getting the airplane out on time is critically important. There are significant penalties that we would have to pay to each customer if we delay his aircraft after a certain grace period of, I don't want to say how long, but a certain grace period involved in every contract.
The penalties for late delivery run to hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. And that pressure runs down the chain of command, all the way to the men and women building the machines.
Some people could, how do you say, break down. No?